Alright, I've got a new bell to show y'all. Technically I've had this for over a year now because I bought it back in August, but I only just finally got it working. This is a Safetran Mechanical Bell, second generation, like my other one over there, which I'll show a bit more on shortly. But you might be asking why I got another second generation Safetran, and in fact this one's painted black. Well, entirely that's because that's the entire reason, to be honest. This one I actually believe is a former Seaboard Toast Line Safetran. And when I got it, it was actually dead. Meant to be working on some, but just kind of left it sitting in the garage for a bit, partially disassembled. But earlier this week, my dad and I were able to get the hammer, which had the opposite part of it had seized up. Essentially, I'll point that out shortly. We were able to get that loosened back up, so it's working fine again. Also had to replace the diode in it because the diode was bad. But anyways, I'm just going to show y'all this one. Like I said, this is a Seaboard. This appears to be a former Seaboard Toast Line one because it's painted black. And so it honestly looks pretty nice. I quite like the look of the former Seaboard Toast Line ones that are painted black like this. Even if it's basically the same thing as that one. This one I believe will have been installed by the Seaboard Toast Line back in the late 70s on one of their Safetran installs. The door on this, unfortunately, is slightly warped, it appears. The hole here does not line up properly. Don't know how well you can see that, but it does not line up properly. So they'd come with a screw holding it shut, but I'm just using this little twist of wire here to keep it shut when it's not in use. It's working pretty well overall, so I ain't gonna complain. Didn't mean for that to happen. Anyways, here's the inside of the bell. The diode of this guy was originally split in two, so I replaced it with a brand new one. Turns out the diode in this one is actually shorted because it reads a much lower voltage than it should. I don't know how I can see down there, but there's a diode down there somewhere. But because that only reads 0.01 volts for the activation voltage, this one reads 0.4 something. This one also, it turns out, this one definitely saw use, and this one almost certainly did not. Because, I don't know how I can see it, but this right here is actually a lot this part of the contact right here is actually a lot looser than the same part on this. So this is actually, turns out I have this adjusted pretty much exactly where the Seaboard Toast Line would have, but I have that adjusted right where it should be, but the where the Seaboard Toast Line would have. This one had it in the exact same spot, it appears, for the contact, but as you can see I've pushed this further out so that way it rings at the speed I like, essentially its original speed, because due to how loose this is, otherwise it rings at a much slower pace. So I guess some of the old Seaboard bells that have slowed down over the years just simply had the contact get loose. Also had to replace a screw in there because when I was moving this terminal on this wire, because it was originally wired up here for some reason, the bell, it had been when I was trying to nut down the nuts on the screw, it snapped. The old screw had snapped, so I had to replace that. But anyways, this is working fine now, so I'm probably going to see about getting this wired up and showing off this bell in action at long last. Over and out.